Lake McMurtry North in Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's an 18-hole par 57, 7,269-foot course. This is the second course on this property. This course has a good mix of technical wooded holes and long open holes with an decent distance off the tee. Every hole here is either lined with trees or has trees scattered about where you'll have to play accurate and play smart. And just like the South course, this course has long and short pads. Today I'll be playing for the long pads, and I'm excited to get this video going for you guys, so let's get started. Here's hole 1, par 3, 250-foot, 90-degree dog leg to the right. You're surrounded by trees most of the way down there, but it's not really a tight tunnel. Most people throw something over stable sidearm and try and cut that corner. You can do a turnover backhand shot as well. You don't want to go too long off the tee. You could be trapped in those trees straight ahead and have to pitch out. I threw my walker down there, end up in a pretty common landing spot, just in circle 2. Chance for birdie, putting with my hooligan cash. Having a straddle putt this one, those 2 trees are in my way. Just off to the right, so I'll take that, tap in for par, even on the round. Here's hole 2, par 3, 303 feet. As a dog leg left, you're going to want to throw something that goes straight about 150 feet and then fades to the left for the other half of the hole. You see guys throw a stable mid-range or a slightly stable fairway driver, which is what I'm doing. If anywhere you want to be closer to the left side, just past the corner, if you sail this too straight, you'll be cut off by some trees, which you'll see me about to be in that position. You can see those trees on the right. If you go a little too straight, you'll be in the middle of those and have to pitch out. There's a clump of trees right before the basket that can make the approach difficult. I end up on the right side, and I'm going to putt with my hooligan cash. This is my second straddle putt in a row. It's real important to practice your straddles. When you're in these wooded courses, you might not have your traditional putting stand, so it's always good to be prepared. Get that in for par, even on the round. Here's hole 3, par 3, 374 feet. This hole requires you to go straight about 270 feet, and then it dog legs to the right. The first 150 feet of this hole is a pretty tight wooded fairway with the gap you have to hit at the very end. And then it opens up into a pretty wide open field, and then the hole goes off to the right there. There's even a tomahawk line above if you can go the distance over those trees. I'm going with my Lone Star Frio here, pretty neutral disc. I expect it to go straight. This one needs to beat in just a little more. It does fly straight for me. And then it has a pretty big skip to the right. If you skip too far right, you end up where I am here. A little cut off. If it would have traveled a little farther, it would have been perfect. But I'm going to go through this little gap here. Go with my Delta Walker. It's like a base plastic overstable mid-range. Just needed to be a little bit more overstable to hit that gap. Ended up in another straddle putt situation. Again, practice your straddles. You never know when you're going to need it. There you go. This putt is for par with my hooligan cash, and just off the top there. Tap in for bogey, +1 on the round. And here's hole 4, par 3, 521-foot dog leg left. And the main goal for this hole is to stay out of the trees on the left. Once you're in there, there is no straight shot to the basket. You will have to pitch out. You've got some brush on the right side, but I'd much rather be in that than end up in the cedars on the left side. So for here, you're going to want to try and cut that corner as much as you can. In order to get to the basket, you are going to have to kind of hug that left side. See, I just kind of hang it out right there. Nice little easy hyzer. That's going to leave me about 180 feet to the basket. I ended up in the fairway, so I'm not at the brush. And there's the basket tucked away back there. You want to attack this basket on the right side and have it skip as little as possible, because there's still a bunch of trees on the left that can get stuck in that can make a putt difficult. So I'm using my base plastic walker. Base plastic tends to skip less than premium plastic, so I'm going to hyzer out to the right there. And it's going to hit just right of the basket and stay where it's at. I'm going to tap in for par, my hooligan cash, and that's +1 on the round, showing off the walker there. Here's hole 5, par 3, 344 feet. That's a blind hyzer off the tee, so I'm gonna do the whole breakdown here. You have a tree right in front of you want to stay right of, and then also another clump of trees just to the left of the basket you want to stay right of. I try and hug the right side as much as I can so I stay out of trouble. There you see the shot from the tee. You want to get around that tree, and again, it's a blind hyzer, so you want to throw something kind of overstable so you don't sail too straight, and you want a chance at the basket. There's that clump of trees there. The basket's tucked in behind there. You don't want to go in those trees. I've seen plenty of discs get lost. I'm going to throw my bayonet here, overstable driver, and I'm on the right side there. Sometimes you get some help from right to left wind, but that wasn't the case today. And you are throwing uphill quite a ways on this hole. So this isn't a bad spot to be. Still get a shot at the basket, not in trouble. Straddling again. I'm going to throw my BB6, kind of glidey putter. Almost get that one to go. There's a little ditch behind the basket I try and avoid that could make the comeback putt a little difficult, but I tap in for par, +1 on the round. And here's hole 6, par 3, 405 feet. Again, if you love backhand hyzers, you will love this course, because here's another backhand hyzer. The only place you can really find trouble are these trees just short of the basket. But what you want to do is you just want to throw a stable distance driver. You've got that cedar tree right in front of the tee pad, so you do have to kind of throw a little bit out. And so you do want something that will come back. The basket is tucked away behind those cedars there at the very end. You definitely don't want to be in that rough stuff. I've lost a couple discs in there before. There you go. Just kind of keep to the right side. I'm playing it a little tight, hoping for a good skip, and I just make it past that clump of trees. And I end up about just outside of circle 1. And here you go, putt and birdie with my Hooligan Cash. Again, I'm doing another straddle putt. I was kind of blocked off by that tree there, so I'm gonna have to kind of hyzer out. There we go. And just off the front of the basket. And I'll tap in for par and say +1 on the round. And here's hole 7, par 3, 235 feet. One of the shorter holes on the course. Really you have two ways to attack the basket here. Now you see that one tree right in front of the basket. That's the one thing you have to avoid. The most popular route is probably that sidearm hyzer route around the tree. That basket's about 30 feet past that tree. Or you can attack it straight, throw something straight. It's not too far of a hole. I'm gonna go with my Lone Star Frio, pretty neutral, overstable fairway driver. I'm gonna play it low, just get past that tree, and that puts me pretty close to the basket, I think just about 20 feet. So here we go, putt with my Hooligan Cash for birdie. And there we go, birdie, even on the round. And here's hole 8, par 3, 446 feet. This hole's pretty fun. It's downhill the whole way. You got the basket tucked away in the trees there. It's pretty open for about the first 300 feet. You gotta kind of choose if you're either gonna go straight at it or if you're gonna hyzer around and have it land in a safe landing spot. You're facing two walls of trees. The one on the left side is a little closer. You see guys go in there if your anhyzer fades out a little too early, or you throw just straight in it. And then the right side, if your hyzer just travels a little too far, you'll be in that wall of trees. You definitely want to avoid those. I usually hyzer around the right side and have it land in the middle. Today I decided to go with the anhyzer route, just do it a little low. Ended up on the right side of the tree opening. Luckily didn't go too far, or else I'd be in that wall of trees, but I am cut off a little from the basket. You can't really see it from where I'm at. I'm gonna have to throw a pretty aggressive hyzer with my alpha walker. You see that tree to the left of me? That one is right in the middle of the fairway, so a lot of guys' drives are looking good, look like they're gonna make the tunnel, then that tree just knocks them down. But it's not a bad spot to be. You got a jump putt from that area. You see I try and hyzer around and I hit a tree just short of the basket. Looks like I'm just about at circle's edge. I'm gonna go with my par putt with my Hooligan Cash. And there we go. Par on the hole, even on the round. And here's hole 9, par 3, 302 feet. It's another blind hyzer, almost a straight 90-degree cut from the tee box. And this is from the short pad. The pro pad's just to the left, and it's like a 45-degree cut to the basket, so this one's a little more fun to play. You just want to throw straight at that tree in the middle with something really overstable. and usually hope for a pretty good skip. You can do a forehand roller. I've seen those work out pretty well. This is my chupacabra, super overstable. Throw it straight at that tree. I get a little skip. Hasn't been mowed in a while, so I didn't get a really great skip, but I'm still putting just inside circle 2. You don't want to go too short. You got a big clump of trees there, and also you don't want to go too long. There's also another clump of trees, so you really want something that's going to go straight left when it lands. Thought I had that one. Went a little long. When these baskets are this close to the trees, you can sometimes still find yourself in some trouble if you just barely overshoot the basket. So I'm having to straddle from inside the cedar, happening for par, even on the round.